Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai's Android News. I'm your host Genai, and we are kicking things off today with absolutely massive news from the world of tech. Tim Cook, the man who has led Apple for well over a decade, is stepping down as CEO. Both XDA developers and Android Authority are reporting that Cook officially announced the transition, and his replacement is none other than John Ternus, Apple's current vice president of hardware engineering. The handover is set to happen on September 1st. Now, Ternus isn't exactly a stranger to the spotlight. He's the guy who's been on stage presenting Apple's hardware for years, so he's a known quantity inside the company. But make no mistake, stepping into the shoes of Tim Cook, the man who guided Apple through its transformation into the world's most valuable company, is no small task. Cook took over from Steve Jobs back in 2011, and under his leadership, Apple's valuation absolutely skyrocketed. So what does this mean for the future of Apple products? Will Ternus push the hardware envelope even harder? Only time will tell. But for now, the era of Tim Cook is officially drawing to a close. Big shoes to fill, folks. Big shoes. All right, shifting gears to something that's been driving Pixel owners absolutely crazy. And the good news is, Google is finally paying attention. According to Android Authority, a reader poll they ran has confirmed what many of us already suspected. The battery drain issues hitting Pixel phones after the March 2026 update are widespread, and it's not just a handful of unlucky users. The survey results were apparently significant enough that Google has now acknowledged the bug and appears to have bumped it up the priority list. And honestly, when you look at how many people responded to that poll saying their Pixel's battery life had tanked after the March update, it's easy to understand why Google had no choice but to act. We're talking about phones that used to last a full day suddenly needing a charge by early afternoon. That's a massive quality of life hit. And if that wasn't enough Pixel pain for one day, Android Authority is also reporting that Pixel 10 owners are dealing with a separate and equally frustrating problem: erratic and jumpy GPS data. We're talking location pins bouncing all over the map, which is obviously a nightmare if you're relying on navigation. No official word yet on a fix for the GPS issue. But with the battery bug now firmly on Google's radar, hopefully the GPS gremlins get squashed soon too. Pixel fans, hang tight. Okay, here's one that's going to get some people talking. Android Police is reporting that WhatsApp has begun rolling out a paid subscription tier to some users. Now before you panic, your free WhatsApp experience is not going away. Android Police makes that very clear. The free tier remains intact, so you won't suddenly be locked out of your chats if you don't pay up. But the fact that Meta is now testing a paid subscription for one of the world's most popular messaging apps is a pretty significant development. We don't have the full picture yet on what perks or extra features the paid tier actually unlocks. The rollout appears to be in its early stages, but this is definitely something to keep an eye on as it expands. It feels like every major app is moving towards some kind of premium subscription model these days, and WhatsApp is clearly no exception. Whether users will actually pay for it is another question entirely, especially in markets where WhatsApp is the primary means of communication for billions of people. We'll be watching this one closely. Selfie lovers, this one's for you. Both Android Authority and 9 to 5 Google are reporting that Google Photos is finally rolling out its long-awaited face touch-up tools for selfies. Google is billing these as tools for making quick, subtle fixes. The idea being that your selfies should reflect your vibe just as much as your literal face. The tools are designed to make light, natural-looking adjustments rather than heavy-handed filters. Now, these features have been on people's wish lists for a while, so it's great to see them actually landing on devices. The rollout is happening on Android, and if you're someone who regularly edits photos on your phone before sharing them, this could genuinely be a useful addition to your workflow, especially since it's built right into an app most Android users already have installed. No need to jump to a third-party editor for basic touch-ups anymore. We'll be curious to see how the tools perform in real-world use, and whether Google refines them further based on user feedback. Alright, Samsung fans, it looks like the company has some new earbuds cooking, and they're not what you might expect. According to both 9 to 5 Google and Android Authority, Samsung's next pair of earbuds, reportedly called the Galaxy Buds Able, appear to feature an open-ear design. This is a pretty significant departure from Samsung's typical in-ear buds, and there's even been chatter about bone conduction technology potentially being involved. Open-ear designs have been gaining serious traction lately because they let you hear your surroundings while still enjoying your audio. Great for people who run, commute, or just don't want to feel isolated. Samsung hasn't made any official announcements yet, but the leaked design images give us a pretty clear picture of what the Buds Able could look like. Whether they'll deliver on sound quality while keeping that open-ear form factor is the big question. It'll be interesting to see how Samsung positions these. Are they going after the fitness crowd, the everyday lifestyle user, or both? Stay tuned. And now for some foldable phone news. Motorola is officially teasing the Razr 2026, and 9 to 5 Google reports that a new teaser video has confirmed an April 29th launch date, along with some fresh new color options. That's less than 2 weeks away, folks. Android Authority also got in on the leaks, reporting on some of the rumored specs and pricing. And here's the part that might sting a little. It looks like the Razr 2026 won't be dodging the price hikes that have been hitting the tech industry hard this year. So if you were hoping Motorola would hold the line on pricing, it sounds like that might not be the case. That said, the Razr line has always had a unique appeal as one of the more accessible flagship foldables on the market, so we'll have to see exactly where the pricing lands on April 29th. New colors, new specs, and a fast-approaching launch. Motorola is clearly ready to make some noise with this one. Let's wrap up today with some good news for Gemini fans around the world. 9 to 5 Google is reporting that Google's Gemini integration in the Chrome browser is now expanding to users across the Asia-Pacific region. Previously, it was limited to just 4 countries, so this is a significant rollout that brings Gemini-powered browsing assistance to a whole lot more people. And in related Gemini news, 9 to 5 Google also reports that Google AI Pro and Ultra subscribers are getting a nice upgrade. Expanded usage limits inside Google AI Studio. AI Studio is Google's browser-based platform for accessing Gemini models. And if you're a power user who's been hitting those usage caps, this is genuinely welcome news. Google seems to be on a mission to push Gemini into every corner of its ecosystem. And between the Chrome expansion and the AI Studio limit boosts, it's clear they're not slowing down. If you haven't tried Gemini in Chrome yet, now might be a great time to check it out. And that's going to do it for today's episode of Genai's Android News. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, hit subscribe so you never miss a story, and drop a comment below. What's the biggest news for you today? Was it Tim Cook stepping down, or are you more concerned about that Pixel battery drain? Let me know. I'll catch you in the next one.